TYLOO and G2 in their boy band poses, and they are ready, locked, loaded for the AIM Brawl map, the 7 in the pool. This one is known for one thing, and that is bare bones knuckle boxing. Weapons involved as well. They will just throw their bodies at each other in this pistol round. Jax and Amanek opting for some util. There's 2 smokes. That typically indicates we're going to be seeing them used on that cross.
Well, remember, TYLOO picked up both pistol rounds in Inferno, pretty much the only success they found on the map as they start on the CT side here. It's a T-sided affair, and that's why we will see G2 kick things off with maybe a bit of pace behind them. They've got a couple of smokes, 3 flashbangs, and the first kill. Jax with a lovely shot there, eviscerates somebody towards middle, and a flashbang for the B-splits coming in as well. But Summer's there, and he's got brutal aim, but he takes another bullet to the face, trying to retreat at this point, and his efforts are in vain, Alex. 5 on 3, and they're making their way back towards A.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a CT smoke for the fake. Instead, just a decoy, and now 2 members of TYLOO. There are actually 3 of them, all 3 of them, gathering for a doors push. This could work out because Nex is leaving his post. It comes down to the aim, and so far Jax has prevailed. It's onto Attacker. He runs out of bullets, and it will be Zeta, who's just managed to find himself a fresh clip for the first frag of what will be a 1v3 should he concede, or convert, excuse me, armor, kit, and a flashbang. He's managed to scavenge himself quite the retake set.
He has got everything he needs, with the flashbang especially, but 2 kills to find. If anyone was low, you might think his chances are up there. But for now, Amanek and Nex away patiently, and so does Zeta. Looking for anyone pushing towards a window position here, but time is of the essence, and every second he wastes, his chances of winning the round are falling apart. He'll go towards the double doors at this point, needs an opening quick kill if possible, can't find anything, and now will be sandwiched from either side. He knows the setup, and he does get the first. Can he nail the second? He's actually pulled the round off, and they win yet another pistol round here.
TYLOO and winning pistols. This time it requires a clutch, and Zeta, he gets more kills than he did in the first 6 rounds of Inferno.
So just make sure no one at home is confused with this. This is Zeta, not Xena, the warrior princess, played by Lucy Lawless from the fantastic show back in the 1990s.
Got a lot of people's testosterone flowing.
Well, look, times are getting tough out here, Alex, so I'm going back to the 90s for my viewing experiences lately. But look, he's clearly a skilled individual. To be able to win a scenario like that, you have to be a skilled individual. But the conversation continues to crop up around whether or not the language barrier is too much. And so far, it appears to be the case. But the force buy from G2 in response to that clutch.
Oh, that's a Krieg.
Will be met by
As
the
an AWP already. How many kills did he get in the previous
Zeta must have dropped the AWP over, right?
Yeah,
that's the only way that's possible.
Yeah, you're right. He must have done. Considering he got what in the first round,
yeah,
4 kills.
kills.
That's the only way he could have done it. Yes, he had to drop the AWP over, and at that point, here we go. It's an opening kill. We didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
no way. Hunter thought he was taking a 100% guaranteed advantage duel
against a FAMAS.
Yeah, at most. A Deagle perhaps, but no.
So there it is. The AWP works out. I like the call from TYLOO here.
Oh, back to B it is. They don't want to have anything to do with somebody's big green right now.
So we've seen many French teams and players make their way towards the B bomb side many times. It's always the dribble smoke in front and maybe a contact play for now. Good smoke from Freeman though, doesn't take any damage and pushes them back. They know they can't go through that. So the dribble smoke will look like that, but if it lands just in front of the tunnels, I mean, you can walk out and access towards the jump boxes, towards car, and it's sneak you out of the initial choke point. A smoke inside the tunnels itself actually keeps you out, holds you at bay,
and
just like
number
that.
2, yeah. Speculative shots, Summer. Won't find anything with this one. The nade looks very promising though, and just chipping away. Nothing significant done just yet. 25 seconds, they have to commit. What are you going to do here?
They could save, but it feels like they want to give this a crack here. They're going to walk in and see if they can find these last-minute trades. With the MP9, it could be in a better position. It's going to get 2. Even if he goes down here, Freeman's done more than enough. And, well, clean up through to the B tunnels because TYLOO, they're going to close out round number 2 with ease and have bought themselves a 3rd round buffer because G2, they have no option right now but to take a save.
Absolutely true. Not much can be invested into round number 3. Just a P250 at the very most, I would say. We've got a Desert Eagle for Jax, who fancies a little bit more. He's got slightly more cash than his teammates. So should be a foregone conclusion that TYLOO will pick this one up. It's just as to whether how clean it can be. You can get the bomb down in these sort of rounds. You make your way up towards short. They've got a couple of flashes to try and grant them access. Bomb still down in T-spawn for now. Desert Eagle, top and middle. CZ thrown into the mix as well. But shouldn't be a way G2 made much of a dent here.
Shouldn't. And yet, time after time, we are given examples as to how it's possible. It starts with CT missteps, not with high utility damage. And Summer, he's getting us the start we hoped for. Very nice onto Nexa, just tapping and adjusting towards Catwalk. Kenny claws one back with his measly, I believe that was actually the Desert Eagle. No, not gonna find another one. So Summer just single-handedly making sure that the third round is as neat and tidy as Chad suggested.
There shouldn't be too much more in this one here as Freeman will swing on down, help his teammate out. Now Amanek with the Hail Mary attempt, flash over the top, Deagle in hand, and well, he won't be long for this world as that will conclude round number 3. G2 will be opting in with the buys right now. Kenny has the AWP in hand, so this is where things really start to get cooking for the man himself. This is an AWP's paradise, a map like Dust2.
Yes, Zeta didn't really show as much of the weapon on Inferno, and he's got his work cut out for him against Kenny on Dust2. Bit of a home map for him. It's where he really cut his teeth, I would say, as we get into round 4.
What are you up to, Kenny? Very aggressive up middle, wants to try and take the aggressive line, and continuing to do so. We'll have that right eye advantage on that line, and now continuing perhaps towards short. I like that we're staying with Kenny, just so you can see the protocols in place for him clearing out and setting himself up for mid-control. Heavy lean from TYLOO long here, 3 of them, 2 of them rather deep invested, somebody trying to bait in for attackers close corner. There will not be any contact there though, and so it's going to come down to all on Zeta. No smoke, going in dry, and he can just slap him in the spine.
What's
no
this
issues.
about?
What was going on?
I couldn't tell you. A bit of a confusing scenario here, I have to say. Perplexing almost as to why they're doing this, and G2 are getting absolutely ravished. It is going to be TYLOO just wondering what in God's name just happened there. Well, I think the same question will be asked on the G2 side of things as well. Someone overstepped the mark, the smokes went down, and they give up 2 kills for absolutely free there, and the round falls apart. The bomb's down towards middle as Amanek is left in a desperate situation, one which is converted by TYLOO 4-0. What happened there?
I don't know.
Expecting no AWPer to be watching the mid doors?
Yeah, I feel like there's been more of this presence towards middle and fast approaches here, but it's strange to have no one focusing spawn and just assuming that area would be clear. Like running with your back turned seems to be a very odd way to approach it. At least like just dropping the one smoke as you swing, it's going to have the same effect, right? You just won't lose any players.
Maybe just straight up the smoke is there kind of expectation. Just
yeah, that's what I mean, just dropping it as you commit. It's very odd. B-rush though.
Where did their health just go? Summer, a massacre from him. He gets 4 in that round in quick succession. The power of the CT Krieg, it does just melt the G2 faces off.
Okay, so I'm having a little bit of a look here. We can actually, give me one moment here. I'll try and sort this one out for everybody playing at home so they can catch on up with what all went down. All right, so once we jump into Skybox, I should be able to show you what the idea was. We might have to do it in the following round as we are straight back into the action. See if G2 can repent for their sins in the previous. Kenny going for the similar style of mid-pick. This time he'll be offered up the frag. Not so passive from TYLOO in round number 6.
So, Kenny S with the opening duel in his favor. Looking at that first round still. Bomb down outside of long for now. Decent incendiary just to deny Xbox control at the start. Hunter has to respect it, holding towards lower B. Watching for any sort of upper pushes here. You're expecting a reactive play from the CT side after finding the opening pick, and that's why G2 put the brakes on. Attack headed towards those long doors. Doesn't dare step any further than his current position, knowing he has a shadow advantage right now. Anyone that walks through should be taken down regarding their approach, whether they use the flashbangs or not. And we still have the smokes available here. Flashbangs as well. TYLOO are doing a very good job of holding them off, though. Every chance they get to set up an execution or think about it, it's being shut down quickly.
Yeah, very effective. Towards short, G2 will go. Summer's in a prime position with his picked up AWP, a hard shot. Can't quite catch the follicles of hair that were visible. Over him though, he jumps straight over him, and Jack's back turn does mantle up. A missed shot from somebody gives them the advantage and extends it. Now they're changing their mind again. Mid to B, but with a CT smoke.
Yeah, this time should be a little bit safer from the A-bomb site. Up to Freeman, though, to find multiple kills. Needs at least 2. Can't get anything. Nice shot from Hunter. That will be the round in the first for G2. It was Kenny S with the first pick, and they just slowed things right down, waited for the mistakes for the CTs to come through. Managed to go for that mid-split. Very nice shots. They made their way through. As you can see, pound for pound, G2 are going to have better players across the board, I would say. But sum up, he'll be the last player remaining. And so have the AWP holding towards the crossover position right now, looking towards CT spawn. And in terms of their cash, they're absolutely fine. He's got 5 digits, and that will be almost true for a couple more players as well. So as long as he survives, he should be okay. It doesn't look like he will. The shot should be going against him next up. Ready and waiting with the AK. He keeps it clean, and 5 players survive for G2.
If we can jump into Skybox now, I can show everybody what happened over on that round number 4. So normally on the default, Hunter will drop this Molotov that you're about to see going down, and he would spam behind it. Now, instead of spamming, they've actually all just walked out, and what you can see is they are going around the Molotov as a surprise. So maybe trying to deal with being counter-stratted, throwing a surprise in early, limping out mid off of their normal default Molotov. It didn't work, but I understand the idea and the justification behind it.
Yeah, interesting to see variations of their tendencies here. A connected shot once again. Kenny S will take somebody down to 16. Wins the duel for now, but somebody is still alive and well. As we see a B split come through once again. Same smoke not deployed. They confirm the AWP was towards long. Doesn't work out though. The Krieg at wrap range you'd think would win the battle against the M4, but apparently not. Flashbang's coming forth, and Jax, he'll be waiting. They don't have to commit towards middle. That smoke does remove vision though, and they have to be aware of it. Back towards short they go. Man, disadvantage. And a long push once again from Ataki. He's controlling those long doors very well.
Yeah, and he's had the patience as well to not overcommit to it. Somebody trying to bait attacker in with that smoke, and it looks very promising. If I'm Jax now...
The fact he's heard that smoke go down, so you won't be anticipating a player in here. How good is Jax? He's talking about that shadow advantage. There it is. You saw it on the floor. He has no information to that. You don't get to see your own shadow in CSGO. He's obviously aware that the possibility. You kind of forget sometimes how powerful it can be. And with the smoke going down from his teammate as well, that was a beautiful play from TYLOO. Very well done.
A turning tail, and it's not the right one to head to. There's 2 CTs prepared for this. But if they find Summer cleanly, if Kenny just walks out, which he will do, he should find Summer tucked in this off angle. It's not where his cross is going to naturally float to, though. There will be an adjustment, a flick necessary. 25 seconds as the sound cue comes in. Timing from Summer lets him know he's squandered their plans. They're going to have to pick up the pace, holding W. Not only that, but the time as well. He's just sitting perfectly, avoiding all of those flashbangs. He just wants to stop the plant. He has his mission, and it's Nexa that he has to stop. A 2 versus 4. The wallbang will not land, and Nexa now has a good shot at things. They were looking for a 2v4, and oh, that was the chance. Could have been the transfer, but the bomb is planted for Kenny. A 1 versus 3, it seems impossible, it really does, but closing in, somebody confirms it with a nice shot.
Kenny S on the A side of Dust2 in a 1 versus 3. It sounds like a potent recipe, but TYLOO handle it well, and they'll find themselves in a 6-1 lead here. G2 starting to fall apart. Still plenty of rounds. They can still come back and win this half, which I dare say they will. But either way, TYLOO putting up a very decent fight so far. Admirable efforts, I would say, Chad.
Yeah, and look, normally, if we would be talking about this situation and the shoe was on the other foot and the scoreline was 6-1 in G2's favor, we'd be saying, yep, pack it up, this one's over, it's done and dusted. Now, the reason that we think that G2 will be bouncing on back is they're just a higher caliber of team right here. If you have a look at their more recent Dust2 results, they played it a bunch of times there in Katowice. Most of the time, actually, they lost it 3 out of 5 times, but it was a 16-13 loss to Na'Vi, a 16-11 loss to Fnatic, and a 16-13 loss to Mouse Sports. All very good Dust2 teams.
Well, G2 do need to pull the socks up here. The scoreline a little bit scary for them at this stage, but they have got the short control they were looking for. This might be the double pump or a full commitment. Time will tell. Smoke down towards CD spawn. 3 smoke suggested is the full A hit coming through. Trying to flash forward, and we got a B split set up as well. This is beautiful from G2. 3 smokes, like I said, very convincing. They're actually going in towards B with 1 smoke down towards CD spawn. This is lovely work, and I actually am a big fan of that strategy. That is very impressive.
You saw Summer going down exclusively because he was out of cover thinking about the rotate.
So we've got the avant-garde smokes we talk about, which is the smoke on catwalk and then down towards the CT boost boxes as well. They threw in an extra smoke towards CT spawn, just that added element of conviction, just to make it look like it was an all-in strategy with every member behind it. But no, 1 smoke down towards CT spawn, which is provided with that execution. They go through middle, and it works out wonderfully. No one there looking towards middle at all, and they just run over the B side. That is textbook mid-split there. Nice little A fake coming through.
I'm surprised, just rewatching it back now, that nobody on the side of G2 came out looking at CT spawn. They've just completely known that.
I feel like it's because they had that smoke down on the CT drop, knowing they had done such a convincing job of showing A presence and no one was going to be watching middle. I guess that's the only way to think about it. So next set, again, yeah, you're right. Doesn't look in CT spawn at all, knowing that smoke is down, just hoping that no one's in towards the spawn area itself.
Yeah, there's always a gap. There's always a window because you do see teams boosting that player up on the tall CT box to see over the mid-to-B smokes.
With that in mind as well, you're anticipating if your strategy has gone the way you want it to, they'll be falling out of B with their knives out, trying to rotate towards A.
Yeah.
So that's what he's banking on, and it works out.
Well, Freeman's just taken some damage crossing the mid doors. I would say most likely the Krieg damage. The AWP probably would have stung a little bit more than that, as, well, G2, they will be able to get long control for free. Nobody there to contest it at the start of the round, as more of a mid presence right here is on the cards for their setup. You can see the NOA boost, as people who are very old like to call it.
Yeah, or 4 Kings as well. It was one or the other. I think the NOA boost was more infamous, but 4 Kings back in the day did this too, flying the British flag. Just how we like to see it.
The totem pole plays anti-flash, and the totem pole finds first blood. It is traded, and the risk, of course, is that nades will be following, and Summer has done well to avoid too much damage from Kenny's. And so now, along with a split presence push. Zeta chose to drop off. Oh, look at this paranoia. They're so concerned about the mid-split that this long one, the first time TYLOO haven't got their 3-man long setup, is about to be exploited. They're eating flashes. Smokes on the cross. They can't do anything. They're about to be locked out of A. The retake will be a mission.
And the retakes have been decent so far, so don't count them out just yet. We've seen it in the pistol round especially. They are very, very good in these sort of situations, as we do go for a Summer play up from CT spawn here. Ready and waiting to boost the player up if required, but they need to get the skates on here if they are going for this one. Waiting for a mistake first.
Yeah, one of the things that they've been doing in the previous matches, especially against OG, which is wearing down this clock on the retakes, and same scenes here.
Don't think this one will work out. Looks like Amanek, Kenny S has got it under lock and key, but it's still an expensive round at this stage. Jax will bring it into a 2 versus 1. Kenny S to convert it. 3 kills for him in total. We said there's a bit of an orphan's paradise here on Dust2, and he is living up to expectations with 9 kills on the board, even with the 6-3 deficit. A huge round for G2 to win. Money not ideal on the CT side of things here. We saw that NOE boost towards the middle area at the very start. NOE were a team from 1.6 called Norwegians of America. Featured very big names back in the day. And Executor, is that where BDS started as well? That was a big name for him.
Ooh.
That one I'm not 100% certain.
Oh,
probably right.
Does find him. Look at Zeta's positioning, though. He could actually slap away. Ah, you hate to see it. Oh, element of surprise just squandered. Summer, they knew where he was coming from, but it doesn't stop him finding just the one frag. 1,200 bucks in 2 seconds. Amanek happy with that. That's some decent profit. He'll be happy to bring all that extra cash into round 11, because round 10's already over. A quick one.
Shagua was in that team at one point, and now he's a professional poker player.
He is a professional poker player, and one of the few success stories of the names that fell out of obscurity from Counter-Strike and landed on their feet, you know?
Some of them are making maps still. Some of them are... What else were they doing? Let's think. Running companies?
Running companies, poker... all sorts, really. And maybe we'll see Summer opening things up with that scout. We're seeing this drive-by approach with the scout towards the double doors a lot recently. You go across, get the information, go for the wall bang. As long as you nail the headshot, you get the kill. We're seeing it look a lot more successful these days. Another scout shot connects, and it will take Hunter down to 43.
You can see how cautious G2 are being. They're going through all of the routines of their default, and this seems to be well and truly covered by the side of TYLOO. They have a good idea of how G2 are liking to approach this, and that's allowing them to do a lot of early damage. Right now, considering the HP of Jackson Hunter, this round should be very difficult for G2 to win, even though they have more utility and more weapons, and even a kill like that makes life even more difficult.
Yeah, this is getting horrible for G2 now. What can you do? You've lost Kenny and Jax to Summer and Attacker, respectively. Who wants the boost? Somebody desperate for information. Look at that. That's a good example of a little bit of a TYLOO communication exclusive.
Nah, bro, I'm cool. I don't need your boost.
We talked about opening duels a lot in Inferno. Summer is currently 4-1 right now, so they've turned their game around. They're actually getting those opening picks, and we're seeing that reflected on the scoreline at this point as well. They're not having to recover these rounds every single time. They're finding opening picks, surviving with these nice boosts that we saw towards middle, getting opening advantages, and hit the same smokes we saw before, the same three. Remember, they went to the B play afterwards. So there'll be variations of this. And you can see that nice reaction coming in from somebody. Nexa ready and waiting. This is the A commitment now. All the smokes are down, trying to find that access point, but the scout is just peppering away at them. I think they might be done for here. It's a 4 versus 2. They can't get close to the side as the clock is getting to the 10-second mark as well. They'll pull a kill back, but it's labored to say the very least, leaving poor old Nexa on 9 HP, make it 0. The jump shot from the CZ will close things out there, and a partial bye victory for TYLOO comes in.
Wow. Unbelievable scenes. It's all Summer. Credit to him. He softened them all up and got the multi-kill. He's at 14-7. We'll get to see these tags again. This is the first frag, the drive-by, as you've dubbed it. Attacker, smart to wait alongside somebody. They were both there, doubled up, and this is how it all ends. A jump shot, of course, not the most accurate, but with the pistol especially, very effective. We're off to round 12, and TYLOO's advantage in this half could be sealed by picking up that 8th round.
Yeah, Vendetta has corrected me. It was BSL in NOA, not BDS. Different
acronym.
I thought
different
BDS
acronym
was
there.
something you watched late at night. I was like, what?
BDS is a Swedish Counter-Strike man from way back in the day. Either way, we are going to have Zeta with a very aggressive angle, and the smoke won't be there in time to break through, but is it enough? It looks like it might be here. The M4 doing a lot of damage there, but still not quite
Jax
enough.
can't go down here. Jax can't die. He has to live.
The Molotov is enough, I think.
Charging into that smoke in the window, enables him to get through. Somebody knew he wanted to punish, but it cost him half of his health before the retake could even start. Jax done well to survive. He does have an incendiary as well to keep them at bay should he need to, and that's going to be deployed towards doors. Amanek can now focus his attention entirely towards the window. Jax is responsible for tons. We have the setup. It's down to Jules. Oh, and Jax, he's burning. He's trying to find a safe haven. He will not. And now all onto Amanek. He will go down as well. TYLOO's retakes are looking well structured.
Yeah, I have to say they're patient, they're methodical, they're making sure that they're working together. No one's running in but on a whim and making sure that they can get a quick kill. It's actually all calculated and looking very efficient there. And the defuse comes in with no problem whatsoever. And we'll see TYLOO pick up yet another round, taking their total up to 8-4. They've won the half at this stage on the CT side of Dust2, which is not easy against G2, let me tell you.
Summer is the key to this half so far. Now, you can say that and just go, oh yeah, well, it's easy to say, Chad, he has the highest ADR and the most kills. But it's because he's always there when the attack is coming in. You could see he was the 3rd man on the B site there from the window position, ready to trade. Win those scout rounds, he was all over the map, picking middle, doing damage towards lower, rotating back over towards A. So Summer right now is hugely activated, and this isn't something that we've seen from him in the international realms of Counter-Strike a huge lot. Something in China he can do, but overseas he tends to drop on off, and it looks like this is a fast mid to be fake, as the attack will actually be over towards long. He hasn't cleared it. Summer pushed to use the one way. Amanek turns last minute. Oh,
Jeez,
that was tight.
Now, I mean, I love that somebody's going for that. He's found himself a little safe corner to tuck into for the CT mid smokes, but they'll be checking that, pre-firing that from here on out. Amanek's done well to deal with that.
8-4. G2 have found themselves the opening advantage. We know TYLOO struggle with these rounds, but damage has been inflicted towards Amanek. This is a key position now. If Attacker can find at least one, they're back into the round. He's got it now. Can he get 2? Still going to be the man advantage for G2 at this stage. Zeta performing well on Dust2 so far. Looks like he's in the one and done position. He hits both. And he's alive. KennyS down to 11, but the backstab comes through. G2 have been very efficient in these sort of plays, but the HP is low. HP will be removed. Summer continues his assault towards the A bomb side. Picture perfect so far, and he closes it out as well. 3 kills in total. You said he was influential, Chad. That is a bit of a show-stopping round.
Yeah, and just to make a note there, the clunkiness of Hunter and Amanek on the side of Hunter trying to drop the nade to Cat actually slowed his positioning, right? That nade would have come in 2 to 3 seconds earlier if he wasn't being blocked and was able to throw it safely. I was just watching that little interaction on the side, seeing the flank come in on radar, thinking, uh-oh.
Here we go, Spaghetti-O.
Big problems for G2.
Big problems, and now it will be the Deagles and CZs really much else to report. Amanek with the Glock no armor approach here, just going to try and get the bomb down towards short, which makes sense. You can win these rounds, but it's very unlikely. The incendiary quite late, I suppose, but the deagle shot is not. That arrives just in the nick of time, and will take down the initial defender of the A bomb site. Maybe the only one as well here. A chance for the bomb to be planted. They recover a rifle. They've taken minimal damage upon entry as well. A good chance for GT to steal this one away. Only problem is, Alex, they have no utility to fend off the retake, which TYLOO have been very good at.
Yeah, TYLOO, this is another retake challenge for them, but it is looking promising. Freeman, 4 kills instantaneously. Somebody will wrap it up, put the cherry on top. But this is happening more and more. The multi-kills on TYLOO's retakes, easier admittedly now versus the absence of helmets and only pistols, but it does feel like TYLOO, they just bide their time and then strike as a unit, a 5-fingered death punch.
Yeah, look at it go as well. The flashbang is so effective. The timing, the spacing, it was all just so well done there. Much better than what we saw in Inferno. I'm not sure why they're picking that map so much, to be honest with you. This is looking so convincing as G2 are forced to take a timeout here. Malek trying to work out how they can pick up this last round. Luckily for them, they got the bomb planted, and in terms of loss bonus, they are a maximum, so they do have a bye. It was a partial in the previous, and you can see Summer controlling the map 18-8 in kills the deaths, 123 ADR, and 4-1 in opening duels, 5 multi-kill rounds. Those stat lines just didn't exist in Inferno. We didn't see anyone stepping up for TYLOO.
Not to this capacity. This is giant.
It was like opening duels, we were barely finding a single one in the half, let alone having him at 4-1. He is blazing ahead of his teammates. Next to him is Zeta with 3 and 2 as well, so the orb shot's working out for him. Somebody 1 and 2. Kenny S, another important fact, he's 2 and 2 on Dust2 right now, so hasn't exactly been schooling Zeta on his home map.
Oh, there's a mid push coming in right here. Of course it's somebody. Who would have thunk?
Yeah, he does like the aggression. CT weapon in his hand. Currently at the bottom of the scoreboard, but looking to change things here.
Is that Kenny with the bomb? No. Okay.
That's in B tunnels right now.
It's going to be Kenny caught. Somebody pushing up middle. He's anticipating the lower tons trade, and oh, Hunter's going to catch a nade as well. He's playing this well. Oh, the nade not quite long enough, and now ahead of the Molotov.
So much confidence from somebody here. For someone having a quiet game, the fact he's gone back to reaggress this.
You put him in the same category as a JW, as a Fur. Those kind of players with this unrelenting aggression, it's wild.
Yeah, makes me feel anxious right now. I like the idea of sitting in the smoke. We've seen how powerful that is in EPL especially, but he might give himself
top
up
of his
here.
head, top of his head.
Yeah, doesn't cost him his life just yet. I think he might be okay here. The positioning's not great for Hunter. He didn't get the quick kill. He knows a flank will be coming through. Somebody needs to get out, and he has juked him.
Oh, he's got no idea where he's gone.
Yeah, he's done so well.
And Attacker's being a rascal as well. Now somebody returns to middle and punishes Hunter. TYLOO are beasts! And now it's Attacker to lock down another round. This will be 11-4. A dominance, unforeseen dominance from TYLOO. And this half perhaps delivers in more ways than we could possibly have imagined. We need to think about this one before we see the second half.
Never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you not one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, got him coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate souls, and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aight.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
Bringing summer
1,
to
drop.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round. Yo, hold up, let me switch my flow up. Back in high school, they were telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone would show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide. And with the rhymes that make the dimes, I'll close their eyes and fantasize. Young Divine calling their phone number. No, you know I love you. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats. On stages for their ones gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young, black, successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon.
Yeah.
You said that you want it, so I got it for
Got
you.
it.
Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
Bringing
1,
summer to
drop.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it.
Well, we don't know what to say too much about TYLOO because the contrast from map 1 to 2 is night and day. It's only taken them an hour, but it feels like 24 hours because it is a complete contrast. Dust2, we have seen them come in and close out double digits versus the G2 boys.
Yeah, it's a day and night sort of situation here. TYLOO have turned their game around. Dust2 is looking incredibly good for them. Their CT side retakes especially were glorious. We saw Zeta come alive with the AWP. Kenny S not looking as remarkable as usual on the map, but still something tells me G2 can get back into this one. It all starts here with a pistol round. They're going to need their first of the series so far to stand a chance here, and we'll get into it now. G2 with HE grenades to deny a plant, I would imagine, as we'll see the PD50s come out for somebody. And in terms of utility, they've only got one smoke, which they are setting up now.
The nades were set up for the B tunnel. It won't be a fast B play, but there's definitely some presence there, as Hunter will find out. Down to 7 HP. Now, the tall task is the two men defending on the A bomb site. They're in janky positions. One playing car, having to swing off the site defender who has everything to watch on his own here. So if it does turn around into an A hit, this could get very problematic for G2.
Just to note, they have those HE grenades towards B. For that reason, well timed. Nexa threw his from scaffolding outside the B platform, and they had one from the B bomb side as well. So very efficient, getting themselves the first couple of kills, but that hasn't led to round victories before. In the first half, they had a 5-on-3 in the pistol, which fell apart. Could that happen again? It was
they're
a
both
very
reloading.
awkward scenario here, but it will be the CDs coming out on top. Surely Summer is removed as well, and G2 will find their first pistol so far over 2 maps. 1 out of 4 ain't bad.
So you can see how well thought out a lot of these situations are from G2, because you would be expecting some of the pistol rounds to be trending over towards that B bomb site. Now with the skyboxes open, we've seen on the pistol rounds being able to drop the smokes towards doors and window, as well as nades towards the back of site and platform can be a very potent mixture. And G2 have already worked on having a preparation for that of the nades. And look, it wasn't a full B rush, it wasn't a full B take. They still got what they wanted.
Still hurts.
Now, it's important that we look at Summer's frags at this point, and we continue to see if his impact continues into the second half, or he was just a one-half wonder.
So no force suggests G2 will pick this one up, but will they deny the plant? First kill, and the follow-up ace is looking pretty promising. Kenny has to get the ding of the final player as well. That's remarkable because he'll be able to have enough on AWP now if he wants it. So he could even throw away the MP9 if he really wants to swing for the fences at this point. He goes for the AWP. I like it. Just because they've only got SMGs and FAMASs, right? They need a bit more bite going into this round. It would be a bonus round traditionally, but that's because he's got so much money there. Why not? You're only going to throw away 1250 with the MP9, and you actually might win this round now with a Kenny S. Or he probably needs a bit of confidence behind it.
I mean, he did just totally pay for that SMG with the frags. It's a nice way to think about it.
Yeah. he got himself an extra $21 on top of the round bonus as well.
And Hunter, he was fully flashed, but Freeman didn't check it. He had his back turned, and now Hunter will prevail in the first. Look at Jax go! Aggressive up long, and already another round in the board for G2. In a blink of an eye, there's still 90 seconds of play, and that long take has just been met by lead.
Yeah, this is looking much better. We will see these AK-47 shut down. The bonus round situation, not actually saved by the AWP, but the MP9 and FAMASIS, who would have thought? Looks like a guaranteed kill for Nexa, but the timing's a little bit for now. Summer will pull one back. 21st kill in the round. UMP should take like work of him, and we're going to have Zeta left in a 4 versus 1. 1 minute on the clock here, so bleeding out the utility of the CTs is pretty much his only option. Their money's incredibly strong. They don't necessarily want to hunt this. They're the ones who want to hold on to their money. I don't like that from Amanek.
Nice shot.
You don't have to find these kills. Lovely shot, but your money is the most important factor. You've got a long campaign on the CT side here, and them having 1 AK is not going to be the difference maker in the next round, I would say.
Zeta. He's hit a banger. Now he's going to see that the A site is a little too quiet. He might just walk on out and realize that it's suspiciously quiet. He knows the bomb was dropped long, so he'll be able to piece together the pieces. But this fight versus Kenny S is likely where it ends. 11-7. We have another for G2.
So one note, when we saw TYLOO retaking on their CT side, it was very late, and what it would seem is, it didn't seem hugely organized, but they'd wait to the point of the round with the bomb getting towards the crunch time, and the T start to get a little bit jittery, right? You start to be like, oh, are they saving? I might just take a little bit of a look, and that's where TYLOO found a lot of their kills in transition. G2, they play the retake A setup better than any team, I think, in Counter-Strike right now. They're more than happy to concede A if a cat execute comes in. They take control of those long doors. They might even push members through. And then Kenny will stay in that pit position, orping up towards A. So what G2 try and do is corral the Ts to stay in the bomb site as well as short, and it makes the retake much easier. Now as we are into the partial upgrade here of TYLOO, it will be a mid to B.
Nexus Incendiary is going to try and corral them into one part of the map. Someone's done well to get one with the Deagle. Hunter tucking himself in, reacts in time, and a spray into the third. Phenomenal damage control from their start.
Yeah, that could have fallen apart very quickly. If he goes down after only getting 2 there would have been enough time to get a quick plant in and make this uncomfortable. So they will get the kill eventually, but unlikely to win the round now. The bomb will be planted for sure. Zeta will confirm that. He's down to 44 as the tunnel pincer comes through now. Good HE. That does a lot. I actually really enjoy that HE. That's a big one to throw. It's a very common position in these sort of scenarios. Nexa looks like he's got no problem closing this round down. It is a bit of a Serbian wombo combo here with Nexa and Hunter, getting the ace between them.
Yeah, that's phenomenal work. And that HE, it seems like a very comfortable lineup for the retake. A lot of people will be using that one.
It seems simple, right?
Right.
It's very simple.
Very, very simple and very effective. It's very common to see someone waiting in that window. You see Hunter there now, but as a T, once that bomb is down, you can be off the window angle and stay up on those boxes for that very comfortable swing on contact with them. Battling at doors. It's a very powerful swing that makes it a whole lot more difficult when you've lost half your health to a nade from Nexa. Back into the fray, double AWPs this time. Amanex will hit out the second one, so keep your eyes on his prize. He's number 0 on the minimap. You'll see him setting himself up over on B. A nice fast flash. There's no dribble smoke though, and so he'll continue to hold the line.
I think this might slow down now, this T-half from TYLOO. Like we saw similar scenes in the later stages of their Inferno T-half. They started to just wait out G2's early aggression, making sure not to give away any picks. And when they were able to find 5v5 scenarios with executes behind them, that's when TYLOO was starting to look dangerous. Dust2 will play out a little bit differently. The rotation times, the ability for the CTs to aggress. It's not as easy to contain with the default spread like Inferno is, but right now it is just jostling for position. Posturing across the map, using utility to push players around, see who's home, knock on the doors, and, well, Catwalk appears to be relatively free, but Kenny S is at the A bomb site. Big green in hand. That smoke's going to push him back. His nade delving out a little bit of damage. There should be the A set piece. There is enough time to do the smokes and drop down towards spawn, push on up the ramp, or even go back to a mid to B split like what we saw G2 doing earlier, but as every second ticks on down, it makes me believe more and more into this A execute. Yeah,
it's looking very promising now for a commitment towards A. 11 rounds, now looking for their 12th. It's TYLOO committing. Kenny tucked in. It's going to be, oh, a perfect shot.
That's the way they need to go down if they want to make this comeback a reality. Good shot from Kenny S, and next in a prime position to get a couple more. Spots the barrel of the first, but Kenny S surely in trouble here. That shot does not connect, but Hunter's bullets do. 3 versus 2 now, the jump shot. Oh, he just can't find it. One more bullet would do it, but still he survives. Zeta at 12 will take the head off Hunter here, and now we're down to the 2 versus 1. Somebody so far away. He'll be making his way up from shore, but they have no idea of his position.
You hear him now.
Yeah, indeed.
Surely. No, doesn't. And it gets the frag. Somebody. Just this lackadaisical nonchalance play. It's going to get him a chance. And Jax actually gets the frag. He has time. He has the kit. We have 9 for G2. But a very valiant attempt from somebody considering where he started.
Yeah, a labored finish there from G2, but they get the round victory. I dare say in that 1 versus 1 duel, the Creek should have won, Chaz.
Yeah, it looked like somebody had the better of him there. This is the opening kill from Kenny. He peered out after he heard those flashbangs going off, so it was kind of a multi-phase attempt. Hunter, after the 2nd and 3rd jumps, buddy, probably think better of it.
So people know, in Counter-Strike, there's a mechanic within it. When you keep jumping like that, eventually your velocity will slow down, so you can't jump as high. Same if you crouch as well. You can't spam the crouch key and get information. If you start spamming jump or crouch, it'll eventually slow you down. It's built into the game, so he couldn't get the same height on every single jump there.
You can see why they've been implemented that, just to stop plays like that from Hunter. Just
tap. There used to be a problem in Source, especially. You could tap the control key, so when you were crouching, you could peek up, peek down, and not be seen, and just keep spamming that over and over again. So that's why they've put that in.
Same thing actually in Call of Duty. They used to be able to lean and look down and still see over the top of various forms of cover. There's always a way to be a rascal.
Yeah, CSGO certainly is not a perfect game. Like we talked about the shadows earlier, not being able to see your own shadows has been a talking point for years now. Just an engine fault, unfortunately, doesn't allow us to have things like that. But
if you believe the rumors, Henry.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, if you believe the murmurs.
What are those rumors
in the corridor?
Oh, I've been hearing things about Source 2.
Source 2.0, a new engine for CSGO, would enable a lot more features and access to code that's not 10 years old. So that's something
when you
that
put
could
it
be
like that.
Yeah, it could be actually a game changer.
A good example of that actually is one of the Valve devs took to Twitter recently saying, does anyone else have to update their DirectX 9 when making code updates? That's the level of spaghetti code
so funny.
they've got to when they were trying to fix the stutter issue of the NVIDIA drivers. Does look like it's been resolved though. Word on the street is no longer getting those stutters. I saw Device say he's buttery smooth again. So
I haven't played yet, but I did put the kind of patch
fix
on yesterday, but I feel like every game has been updated now, so you don't have to opt in anymore. So the stutter issues, thank God, are fixed. They were an absolute nightmare. It was already ruining the game for me at one point.
We weren't sure if it was our internet or if
we
it
couldn't
was
tell.
our PCs.
I was actually getting so mad when I was like going into fights and just like stuttering for like half a second. It's like, that's me dead now. Okay, well, that's cool, I guess. And that's cool as well. Amalek to open things up and continue this campaign on the CT side. Up towards short they go, but this is an iconic shot for Kenny S, but a great flashbang will send it packing. They haven't checked Goose. They haven't even considered it. It's going to be 2 kills for Hunter, no problem. And the round presumably slips by the wayside here. 10 seconds remaining. They're going to have to get a perfect shot on Hunter here. Flashbang comes through and Hunter is ready. It's Kenny S who provides the backup. And it's a clean round for G2 as they post their 5th round in a row here. Make it 6th. To find an 11-10 scoreline. Very good stuff. 11-4 down, remember.
Yeah, turning it around, or turning it on its head.
So if you guys missed it, when we came back from the break into the second half, there was a lovely little tidbit stat on the screen for you saying that so far in the Pro League, the most amount of rounds that TYLOO have gotten in any match has been 11. Well, they managed 11 in one half, yet to post any more quite yet, but you assuming they might get 12.
It goes, at least I'm glad we're not insane, Chad. We noticed that T sides had their issues on Inferno. We said the CT side was a little bit better, I suppose. And seeing that once again is that they understand how to play the CT sides. They've got that under lock and key. It's the problem is when they have to think on their feet, and Dust2 being such a dynamic map and relying on spawn-based play and having to react to CTs that are aggressive all the time, I feel like that's when they're not really doing their best work here. Still a chance to find some rounds and start looking like they've got some promise here, but G2, as I mentioned at half, I feel like they could get back into this one, and they certainly have.
Very comfortably, the T-side woes for TYLOO have continued into our second map. Mid-split.
Yeah, with the pistols, you've got the MAC-10s in as well. Next to, though, the prime position plays here a lot, but he will go down with just the one here. Krieg, though, it's very efficient at taking down multiple players. And the Desert Eagle will actually have an AWP available to him now with the smoke down in CT spawn. Might just be better off saving this weapon. He'll be buying up the AWP next round regardless. He got maximum loss bonus. It won't matter either way. He'll be able to buy up. He won't get any extra money for saving this AWP, but at least he has armor and HE in the AWP already. And he might be able to get a couple more kills.
Yeah, if he can get a few more kills now, it could hamper the economy of G2 getting into the later stages of this half here. You can see that Hunter has a bundle of money. Kenny will have to buy into the next round, but he has some fat stacks. But unless my eyes have deteriorated to a point where I can't see the screen from where I'm sitting anymore, Nexa only has 1750. Jax has 1250 with a gun in tow, and Amanek is at 2800, Alex. Are my eyes...
You're doing well.
Okay, so I still can read it at quite lengths. But if Zeta was able to get one or two of those guys out of the server, they could continue to keep G2's money a little bit low. But by allowing these three individuals to stay alive, considering the money that some of them already have, that bank will start to build nice and pretty.
For the later stages of this map, it's the crucial breakpoint for G2 and for CT sides alike. It's just this slew of 6 rounds. If they can keep it clean, as they have with 3 bodies still standing, they will be able to keep fighting off and fending off this TYLOO attack with all the bells and whistles. We do get to see a Krieg preserve for Hunter. He'll be happy to use that one. We saw how effective it was just in the round today, just now, not today. Obviously, all the rounds are today. But we saw that multi-kill on that B split. Very comfortable. Highest bullet damage, just 3 to the body, tapping away.
11-11. TYLOO looking to find their first map in the EPL. Currently 0-4, or 0-5 after the first map. They will have their best shots here on Dust2 against G2 as they take a tactical timeout now. Brought to you by the US Air Force. You'll see them just discuss and deliberate over their options here. Zeta has the AWP. He has $2,300, hasn't bought a helmet just yet. I would say you probably want to do that considering you're up against 3 M4s on the other side. And he got $2,300 reserve. He got $350 to upgrade to the helmet unless he got damage in the previous round. I'm not sure if he did. There's Zeta on the pistol round, actually got them into this game. Remember, they've won pretty much every pistol so far, bar 1 in this second half.
Really nice fragment from Summer.
Summer's, yeah, he's had some moments.
He's only had 2 kills this second half, I believe. I think he started this half with 20 kills.
I thought he was 18.
Was he 18? So he's had 4 already? I'll go back and I'll double check. But either way, that's only 4 or 2 kills thus far. So not a huge amount of impact in the second half just yet.
Hope to see that. Somebody jumping straight out of Banana will smoke himself into the blue bin. That makes him basically completely and totally invulnerable from any incendiaries that would be thrown his way. Kenny, iconic shot, and same outcome as usual. We'll catch Summer's aggressive swing on short in the second where that came from. Zeta's gone too, and now looking like 12 is a guarantee. Just somebody very quickly thrown into a 1 versus 4. Hunter will not let him past the door. We talked about them preserving weapons, and so 4 bodies still standing on G2 is going to accrue some nice additional funds.
Yeah, good stuff there. At this point, they're almost at the stage of the game where they will be able to continue to buy for the remainder. Maybe 1 more round and the bank should almost be high enough. And I did go back and double check. You're right, he did have 4 kills in this half thus far. So that was 18 with his CT side. Now only 4 kills thus far on his T side. And with a partial upgrade here, some pistols, they're going to need to find some heads if they want to have any shot in getting back in this, because no T rounds just yet. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good, Chad. An astute observation.
Put that one with my we're probably going to close this game out, one from Inferno. And this is the top tier analysis you've all been waiting for.
That's what they need.
So, yeah, Deagles and armor. But if ever there was a catalyst to get you back into a half, a partial buy victory is certainly something that would help get some wind behind your sails. They've lost the lead at this point, 12-11. G2 picked this map for a reason and showing us why now in the second half on their CT side. Yet to give up a round. Looking incredibly comfortable. 11-4 scoreline converted to 12-11 itself. It's flipped on its head. All of that success in the first half is long forgotten, and they find themselves with their backs to the wall. Desert Eagles and a scout, a couple of flashes, and no initial picks, no aggression, nothing to work with. They'll have to walk their way up towards short, flash over, and hope they can just get a bomb down at this point. Remember, it's Kenny S that holds the A site. You've got 2 flashes to knock him off his perch. That's not enough. You need smokes down as well. You need Molotovs. And they've had to use the flash just to get short control here, Chad.
Yeah, and well, Zeta is the one with the other flash, so he won't be able to peek directly off of it unless he gives himself a bit of a clunky flash out here. Normally the best ones are set up. The pop flash is where you won't be the individual running on
pre-aiming
in.
the boost.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that hurts so bad. They just have to run through this now. With no armor as well. Look how much he's going to hurt.
Oh, there's a nade. Oh, and there's another flame.
There might be a plant, though. There could be a plant. No, definitely not. It's not going to happen. There's one kill, maybe a double for somebody here. And he'll find that at least. You need to calm down here, G2. 3 kills, not really required.
No time.
Can't plant. He'll get no money at least, but he'll recover. Is there an AWP available? There is, isn't there? Kenny S is AWP's there, so the fact he gets no money. Oh, he goes to the M4.
Oh, he died after the time. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Why has he jumped for, Chad?
I don't know. Everything was going so well, somebody. You did a good job.
He
You found
had
3 kills in transition. You managed to take away some of the economy of G2 that we were talking about is so important. You had yourself a weapon. It was a freebie. It was the best that you could manage.
Jumped. I hope it was the mouse wheel. He jumps there. Maybe he's going to get down towards the ramp. You don't really have to jump.
Oh.
And you can see they don't look too happy. It's the most emotional I've seen TYLOO. They can feel this map slipping out of their grasp now. It was the most convincing first half, and they were now 13-11 down. Some nightmare situations coming through. The fact that he doesn't get any extra cash, we said it wasn't a huge factor. If he saved the M4, the fact he doesn't means he has enough now for an AK armor and no nades at all. That's a nightmare. He was supposed to get maximum loss bonus, and now we'll go forward with just the bare minimum. So, taking their hands off the mouse and keyboard for a second, this is a tactical timeout brought to you by the US Air Force, and we will see round 25 ensue. Galil for somebody, compromise is made, and their chances not looking too great. But they did cause financial damage. They can win one of these rounds, follow it up and get the 13-13 scoreline. They will break the money. But still, so much to do and on a compromised round as well. We'll see whether they can even make a dent here on number 25. The nade looks too powerful. Freeman down to 51. Oh, the bait and switch here. Hunter is in a prime position. If Kenny S can take the first shot, they're not going to commit to this. Back they go towards tunnels.
Yeah, and Hunter's close enough to that door that he can call the pin pull on any flashbang. So you saw Kenny just playing anti-flash there. He knew that was coming. And he's getting that information from his teammate Hunter.
Damn, they had no idea. That's about the bait and switch there. The fact that Kenny S has fired off an AWP shot. A second one connects through the door. Nex's nade at the start will assist in the frag. It's a 5-on-3, and you can see the repositioning for G2 now. Their heads are in the game at this point. They're not giving anything up. No one's being overzealous. They're making sure they guarantee every single round victory. No one to overcommit. No one needs to find an angle or a quick pick here. Just make sure you have information and you're playing together. Kenny S doesn't even have to check long on this stage. Just watching for anyone crossing towards the site. Doesn't have a prime angle. Somebody could walk across, I suppose, but that's a very audacious play.
Almost impossible, you'd assume. Nice work from Jax. Will be tapped away up by somebody. The element of surprise is very short-lived because Kenny very comfortable to adjust. Summer, he's going to try and flash himself in. I like it. The wiggle of his mouse as he knew he was leaping to his impending doom. 14-11, TYLOO. Their T-side woes continue. 0 to show for their attacking side.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, isn't it? It's not looking good at all.
Kenny is, though.
He is,
I have to say that. 25 kills and 15 deaths so far. He is blazing ahead of the opposition now. Summer still on 22, not really done much at all in the second half. 4 kills to his name.
Yeah, yesterday they only managed 2 T-sided rounds.
Oh, they're buying and spawn again, Chad.
Yeah, well, this is...
They've run out of timeouts as well.
Yeah,
and Attacker went for the AK. It's not the half buy they were hoping for.
It's an all-in, and it's a last... Well, it's not even an all-in. It's a
That's
half
what I'm
all-in.
saying.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're thinking. Well, we've had this discussion plenty of times about TYLOO and what they're thinking because it's confusing for everybody.
Clean sweep still. They are yet to pick up a T round.
I want them all to play like somebody. I want an entire team of somebodies.
Well,
Not nobodies.
Somebody.
Somebody.
let's try and get utility damage on the HUD first, then we'll work on cloning.
Okay.
Those are the 2 things we've got on the docket right now.
Well, we'll see if we can pull that in. I've received news it's not going to be anytime soon, Henry. A lot of my requests, they can't happen quickly. Lots of coding required, I'm told.
Yeah, I can imagine. And Jax will be trying to take multiple players down with him. The best chance TYLOO have had in quite some time here. Grenades, though, powerful. Shots, not so much from Kenny here. Ducks down, and surely will be dropped at this point. Some will find him, and Amanek left in the 2 versus 1. He is going to be on the B side of the map, and looks like he's out of position for this one. Bomb to be planted, AWP recovered. Incendiary down towards short. And at this point, Amanek does have the defuse kit. I don't think he has much of a chance here with no utility to make much of an effort towards this one. Another incendiary lands.
Have to make a huge misstep, and
That
might be it. Summer has just given him a way back in, and now a 1v1 is planted for long. Zeta's there, but it's only a scout. Amanek actually will have the advantage in this duel, but no time.
It's a platform plan, right? So this is why he has to reposition. The pit was actually not a safe spot for that. So knows it's a platform plan. I would say it's the only position he can be in. Has to just go for the full defuse now and hope this scout doesn't touch him.
Time?
2 shots will connect, no problem. Yeah, I think why would he be Gandalf? Because he couldn't see the bomb. The only position he really can be is long, right? He cleared the site. I'm not sure why he took so long.
And also, he didn't have time to defuse the bomb even if he wanted
right?
to. At that point, it's like, yo, Amanek, what's going on, buddy?
Could have just saved the orb. But
good opening kill there.
Yeah, I mean, what's the opening duels looking like for TYLOO now? And we've been quite deep into the business end of these.
So glad you asked. Well, look at Zetas, because it's Dust2 and he is the sniper so far. He is currently sat on 5 and 2. So not too bad, actually, considering the numbers they are posting on Inferno. And we've got Summer as well, another big name for the squad, 5 and 2. And that's actually up there with Kenny S, who's 5 and 3 right now.
So the 2 stars of TYLOO are 10 and 4 in opening duels.
So it's much better, and it's only their first round, bear in mind. So lose this one, they're in a lot of trouble. But as I mentioned, if they were able to win the previous round, they had to win one more, which is this round now, and they're actually in contention to win this in regulation still.
Striking distance.
A chance.
Well, those retakes I was talking before that G2 are normally so good at, we haven't actually seen them come on in just yet. So maybe this time round, if we see an A-set piece, they might opt not to try and fight on that ramp position and give it up. And Kenny's movement now towards mid-long, that tells that picture already.
Yeah, fall out of a playback from long with your teammates from B up short. That's the strat. But TYLOO would have to get into the A site first, and looks like Kenny's taking the ballsy decision to tuck in for their short push again.
I don't love it.
So many nades being thrown his way. He wants to get the timing just right. One shot is all he can afford to miss. And now Tuck's back in on ramp just in time. They're going to be leaping in. The calls will come down. Drops one attacker charging up the ramp, and he's already got the first. Kenny has to acknowledge the threat of attacker, but he's burning, and they're swinging, and he's hit one already. Freeman and Zeta go down. Kenny digs himself out of what looked to be an impossible situation. He's missed the shot, and a chance for TYLOO to find the 13th here. They want to win this in regulation. Somebody and Amanek duking it out in middle, but it's Jax on site.
Defuse.
He's got a Molotov as well. Somebody's going to win this round purely off the back of the information. The Molotov's perfect. Jax will hunt him down. It has to be so clean, it won't. And somebody, we talked about his fragging. He's closing in on a 30 bomb with a triple kill to save the day and keep TYLOO kicking in the second half.
Absolutely true, and that's going to be the money ruined as well. Kenny S with a great shift on the A bomb site here. The second shot was just beautiful. The flashbang from Jax, it looked to be enough. He swings around towards short, but getting the better of him. Somebody with that creek just sprays him down there. They get 2 in a row. They break the back financially of G2 now, and they're not out of this just yet. It's going to be a timeout from G2, their second use so far. They faced an 11-4 deficit. They're right back in this game now, but the money is in a compromised position. They will have to let this go to 14-14, in my opinion. Buy up in the next round and try and close things out 16-14. For now, they can partially buy with maybe PD50s, a few bits of basic utility, but they don't want to overstep the market. They're not trying to win this round by any stretch of the imagination. They're going to smoke towards middle, double nade long, and just hopefully stack one side of the map and get lucky. That's all they can really do with this one, as TYLOO are back on their feet now after losing what felt like an agonizing 10 rounds in a row. They are back in the driving seat financially and might have a chance to tie things up here.
Let's see what they can do with that chance. So, same as the pistol round, the stack nades from Hunter and Nexa, and this time Amanek as well. 3 HEs should there be contact on B.
It's strange they're expecting this to be the change-up from TYLOO when a lot of their success has been found over towards this A bomb site. Once they're able to win the duels towards that A ramp, that's when the chaos kind of breaks loose. You see G2 scrambling for position, and TYLOO get offered up heads-up duels, right? That's Counter-Strike that they will be loving every day of the week. They're having fights. They're not, losing to Molotovs and flashes. They're putting themselves in a position where they can actually use their individual ability, and that has been the strengths of TYLOO's that we've continued to talk about throughout these last 3 days.
Up short they go.
Has to be a lock-in round for TYLOO. Give this one up, the game's done. There should be no way that G2 can get close to it. They've got no armor, a few upgraded pistols, but something about them and those Desert Eagles, they seem to make it work. They're so good at chipping away with these HE grenades. This one could be perfect.
Yeah, he sees lineup. He's just waiting for the right cue. And that's the pins he was waiting for. Bides his time towards the stairs, and a chunk taken out of 3 members of TYLOO. Only Desert Eagles, I will remind you again, but the time going down so low, if they can cause chaos, if they can manufacture chaos, they can. Kenny S's G2 Esports backpack has been spotted.
There is a chance here. If Hunter gets another one with the Desert Eagle here, he could slow down the plant. He knows it as well. He's called for backup. They need to start swarming now. It's a great effort from Hunter. This could be enough. You can see the tension on the server right now. 14 seconds remain. The double kill comes in for Freeman. They might have done enough here, and it looks like they have. The safe plan will come through after Hunter gets 3 kills in that Desert Eagle. It's not going to be enough, as we'll see the couple of Deagle shots come through. Jax is done for here, as Summer will spray him down. It felt like that was the moment where it all fell apart.
Throw a bullet into his teammate. He was on such a spree. He just saw movement straight up T-Rexing in round 28, but he couldn't quite manage to convert, and so we go all the way.
That's actually huge as well. You saw them actually going into the next round, so you only get 3250 for a win, one round by virtue of kills, right? Not by explosion. He's managed to take down 4 players there in total. The money's actually very low. They're gonna have to really work out what they're going to do going to this next round. You see somebody with just 1 smoke, and luckily for them, G2 call a timeout. They actually don't have any left on the TYLOO side. So they've gone for the firepower. They haven't taken any compromises there, but they don't have the AWP. They don't have any utility apart from 1 smoke on somebody here. The ult for Kenny S will be uncontested in that department, and we'll see who will be posting either map or series point first if you're G2.
If I don't see the retake setup come out of G2 now, I don't think we're going to get a chance to see it in this series here. They've opted to fight, to stand on that A site and try and stop TYLOO from getting the bomb down. It hasn't worked time and time again.
Yeah, an interesting point just came up there as well. We've been saying it for the longest amount of time that Dust2 feels like a very T-sided affair right now. There's only been 7 rounds picked up on the T side in this particular matchup so far. G2 looking to close things out right here, right now, as we'll see the initial push from Kenny S. Boosted up towards Shaw. So smoke down towards Xbox, and the first kill is his. He's not going to miss that one, and it's his counterpart, Zeta, that will be removed. A double smoke in the wrong position here. Communication
Double
really off.
as well.
Yeah, that's a little bit odd. I'm not sure why they're doing that, but maybe they do. It's going to be Kenny has to pull 1 more back. The UMP kill won't come through. Trying to react to the B split here, and this retake is up for debate. You might not be going for this.
Oh my goodness, it's coming down to the wire, and the wires on the bomb now find themselves ticking away. Closing this gap, Hunter flashed in. He will clear out middle fast and proactively. They do have a kit. It's only 1, and it's on Hunter. 2 smokes, 1 for tunnels, 1 for the bomb. Sounds hot. Jax is the one that's closing in from tons, and this duel is everything. Summer's gone down, and now Freeman and somebody. Freeman is so low. 1 kill is more than you can ask of him, and now he's got to find 2. He's going to be exposed from window. He's got the first. Time's on his side, and now Jax has to close this gap. He doesn't have the kit. He has picked 1 up, but now he's to run the clock down enough. Freeman will win the 1v2 with just 20 points of health.
There we have it. It was looking so good on that retake there. The kill from Kenny S, the penultimate one, he thought would be enough there, but apparently not. Jax given no choice but to save the little they have left, which is a single M4. The money just isn't there for them. They have $2,900 per player going into this round. And even after the first pick, we talked about TYLOO's conversion rate there. It was hovering around the 17% ratio, so they barely ever convert these sort of rounds, but when they needed to most, that's when it comes through. 15-14, 1 more will do it, and G2 will use their final US Air Force tactical timeout here to bring out the FAMASs and UMPs. They do have a couple of M4s, but not the Kenny S AWP, which has been a crutch for them on the CT side of Dust2.
31 kills for Kenny so far. He has been having an absolute baller of a game right now. Amanek a little bit quiet down there on 12 frags. We've seen him caught in a few retake situations that have been difficult over towards that A bomb site, so not too bad for him not being involved in all of the action. But right then, when they did end up on that B finish, that's when we need to see him stepping on up, making sure he's getting a couple of kills.
1 round to decide it. Will TYLOO find their first map victory in EPL, or will they be sent packing 0-2 once again? It's all in the hands of G2 right now. They don't have much, though. SMGs and lesser rifles and bare bones utility. Now to see the first flashback deployed by Attacker. A little nifty one there as well. First kill, not quite coming in. Considerable damage inflicted towards Attacker, but he's safe for now. Jax Bust through the smoke, and it's going to be kills for TYLOO here. Looks like they might have done enough. Kenny S is the last line of defensive towards Long. He's losing HP. He goes down, 16-14, written all over the walls here, as we've seen Hunter and Amanek left in a 4 versus 2. Can they save the day?
It looks almost impossible. TYLOO, they control their fate. Advantage seized, and a nice catch onto Jax especially. He does like to push through the corner smoke, and they exploit that tendency. And talking of pushing through smokes, there's no one with a tendency quite like somebody. First shot backed up, he spots out.
So, Summer should be able to close this out now. That should be it. Not the cleanest of kills, but they all count. And a UMP, that confirms it. It's going to be 16-14. TYLOO have broken the goose egg here, Alex. It's going to be their first map win. Won't be the series just yet, but Vertigo, that is going to be coming through. And that's the final map here. That's what we wanted to see, Chad.
Good stuff.